Welcome to Indian Cooking with a Twist. Today we are making beef kofta, which is meatballs, and for that we have 1 kg minced beef, 2 eggs, 1 medium finely chopped onions, and I have included 1 teaspoon of garlic and ginger with the onions, and we have half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of red chilies, quarter teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of zira powder, roasted zira powder which I made myself, and we have 1/3 cup of gram flour, which is besan. And over here we have some poppy seeds, which is called khashkhash as well. So we are going to mix all these with the mincemeat and put it in the chopper, and then grind it a little bit so the beef becomes more fine, so it's easier to make the meatballs. Okay, so first of all what we have to do is that this gram flour besan, we are going to roast this a little bit. So when it starts changing a little bit color and very nice aroma is going to come out of it, that's when you know it's done, and we're going to mix that with the beef. Okay, so now this is done. I can smell very nice aroma of the besan, and a little bit of the color is changed. We don't want to overcook this, so we are going to add this into the beef. And we're going to add all of these ingredients. The onions, this is 1 medium onion finely chopped with 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic, and all the spices. Everything goes in, and we're going to fold them in. Now I'm going to put this all in the chopper, and then just grind it for like a minute or so and see how it is. We just need the beef to be really fine so that it's easier to make the meatballs or the kofta. Okay, so we are going to put little bit in first, and then we are going to grind that. And now we're going to, so I've done a little bit of it grinding, and now we're going to put a little bit more, so that will make it easier to for the chopper to move around. So once it's all done, I'll show you. Okay, so we have chopped our minced beef, and now I'm going to add the eggs to it. And now we are going to grind it a bit more. All done, and we have taken it out. We had forgotten to put some poppy seeds. It's just going to be 1 tablespoon. So I'm wearing gloves while I'm doing this. It's entirely up to you whether you want to wear gloves or not. So I'm just going to knead it a bit. We've got some water here. And now we're going to make the kofte, the little balls. So it's entirely up to you what size kofte you want. I'm making this size. This is like medium. Actually a little bit smaller. Just make sure that it's nice and smooth. So because the mixture can, stick to your hands, so you can put a little bit water on your, just a little bit of water. I think this is the right size. What do you think? Yeah, this is big. So you need to roll it until you feel that it's nice and smooth, because if it isn't, then when you're going to fry it, it's going to break. So it's better to make it. You can tell when you're making the balls, you can feel it that this is right now and it won't break, because it becomes really nice and smooth. Okay, so this is going fine, and this is the size we need. Bigger than this won't look nice, and smaller than this is going to take too long to make. So this is how you do it. You just keep on rolling, and that's why you need the beef to be really nice and smooth, so that's easier to do it. Otherwise it won't look nice and it will take longer to make the koftas. Just smooth it out like this. So I'm going to make all of this and then we'll start cooking. So the koftas are all done now, and we are going to put some oil in a wok. So this is like half a cup, less than half a cup, about 4 tablespoons of oil. Okay.
So I don't like.
So we've got a wok here. Our koftas are done, all done, and we've got some oil in the wok, and we need a little bit more oil than I normally use. Then we'll take that out to fry the koftas. So keep the heat on low medium. So we also kept the koftas overnight in the fridge. It is a bit helpful if you keep it in the fridge for some time, so they are not too soft and they won't break easily. So I have got most of them in here, only a couple of them left, and then we just need to fry them a little bit, not cook them too much. We just need them to change their color. So we need them to look like this, all of them, from both sides. Because we're not really cooking them, we're just frying them a little so that they won't break when we make the gravy and put them in there. So our next step will be making the gravy. So we've got a wok here, our koftas are done, all done, and we've got some oil in the wok, and we need a little bit more oil than I normally use. Then we'll take that out to fry the koftas. So keep the heat on low medium. So we also kept the koftas overnight in the fridge. It is a bit helpful if you keep it in the fridge for some time, so they are not too soft and they won't break easily. So I have got most of them in here, only a couple of them left, and then we just need to fry them a little bit, not cook them too much. We just need them to change their color. So we need them to look like this, all of them, from both sides. Because we're not really cooking them, we're just frying them a little so that they won't break when we make the gravy and put them in there. So our next step will be making the gravy. So we are ready to cook the koftas, and we have already boiled eggs. So here we have 2.5 medium finely chopped onions, and about 4 medium finely chopped tomatoes, and I've got 1 tablespoon of ginger, 1 heaped tablespoon of garlic, and in the spice tray we have 1 heaped teaspoon of salt, quarter teaspoon of turmeric, and 1 heaped teaspoon of red chili powder. We have some dry red chilies, some bay leaves, and we have half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, quarter teaspoon of ajwain seeds, and we have here 1 big tablespoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, and 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder. So we're going to use all these to start cooking, and we'll use some olive oil. I'm going to put 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil. Into that, then I'm going to put the dry red chilies and the bay leaves, and we are going to cook that until they change color, and then we're going to add cumin seeds to it. and then we will put our onions and fry them. So we're going to make sauce because our koftas are already done, half cooked they are really. So we just need to make some sauce for them, and then we'll cook the koftas in the sauce and we add some water to it and make gravy. As you can see, the bay leaves and the chilies have changed color. One of them has gone a bit too red, and I'm adding the cumin seed to it. So this nice crackling noise they make, and very nice aroma comes out of it. Now at this point I'm going to add the onions. So when the onions change their color to golden brown, that's when I'm going to add the garlic and ginger. So this is the color we want for our onions, and at this point I'm going to add the garlic and ginger and cook this a little bit. And after that, when garlic and ginger has also changed a little bit of color, not too much, then I'm going to add the koftas to this. So as you can see, now I'm going to add the koftas. So I'm just going to cook them with the onions a little bit, and then I'm going to add the tomatoes and the spices, and then some water, and cook that for until the tomatoes go soft and blend in. Right, so I have been cooking these with the onions for about 5-6 minutes, and now I am going to add the tomatoes. And all the spices. And I'm going to put a little bit of water. And I'm going to cook this until the water dries. Because the koftas are half cooked, so we need to cook them for a little while as well. This is enough. I've put like 2 cups of water in it, and I'm going to cover it, and then when the water dries and all the oil comes up, and that's when they are done, and that's when we'll make the gravy. So this is what koftas look like when the water is all dried and the oil is getting separated. Because I don't put too much oil, so you can't really see much, but you can tell they are now properly cooked. Now I'm going to put some boiled water in it for the gravy. So this is 1 liter. So only put 3/4 of the water, and I'm going to cook it for another 10 minutes, and then we are going to put our boiled eggs, which I have cut in half. So it's been 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes since it's been cooking, and I'm now going to put the herb called kasuri methi, which is dried fenugreek. I'm going to add this to it, and I'm going to add the eggs. So I have put half of the eggs at this time, and then when we are going to dish it out, we'll just keep some eggs and put them on the top for garnishing. And this is nearly done. Now I'm also going to put some coriander on it. So I have this frozen coriander. So I'm just going to put this on the top, and some of it I will put at the end to garnish. And also I'm going to put some garam masala powder, and when we dish it out I'll put some more. So our beef koftas with boiled eggs is ready, and with that I have made some pilau rice with peas, and we have made some raita, which is yogurt, mint sauce you can call it as well. And I hope that you like our video, and when you make it you'll really enjoy this dish. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a nice